CrunCher went AWOL for a little bit just because he wanted to pursue studies. Always something respectable when it comes to pro gaming. Really trying to balance education, especially as noted by the CSL finals currently going on. In the bottom right, we have Alicia from Team Slayers. Playing under the alias Short Stuff, Alicia has been doing really well. He qualified for the MLG Spring Arena, also made it to the group stages for the MLG Spring Championships next week. Alicia has been really picking it up. He's also going to be at the GESL tournament the week after MLG. And I think overall, Alicia's just been making more steps forward, even though for a while he was kind of falling off despite having a strong presence in the Korean scene. And people thought Alicia was like one of these best pro tosses from Korea for a while, and then kind of struggled for a bit, but now he's back.
Yeah, and he started off really rocky, I'll tell you that, but since then he's picked it up quite a bit. Yeah. I remember his matches against Thorzane, where I was just like, this is not the Alicia I know. What is going on, man? He's supposed to be a PvT
specialist at one point.
Yeah, and he got absolutely slaughtered, man. 2-0, it was crazy.
Thorzane, don't forget.
It's Thorzane. That guy is so good.
Well, we see Alicia is 5-2 currently in this division. CrunCher is 1-5. Alicia is in #1 spot as of now because Loli lost his game. And Alicia did beat Loli, so he has that advantage. And so as long as Alicia wins here, he is in prime position to take #1 in this division. Oh, a Gasti. No, just kidding. I get mixed. These colors are so similar, man, that I saw the probe going in. I thought he was going a gas deal, but it is absolutely not the case. I apologize for that.
That's cool. Very similar builds from both these players, actually. Almost exactly the same builds, but as you can see, oh, it changed a little bit. The income tab does show that CrunCher is actually getting an extra probe out over his opponent. The chrono boost allocation has been slightly different, but for all intents and purposes, it's the same build.
Yeah, and so PvP has understood a lot of interesting changes on Ohana. There's been a lot of early aggression. 11 gate can be really strong, especially if you chrono your zealots out. Naniwa has been really vocal about scouting, or actually lack of scouting, and waiting for your first zealot to do it. But we also see a lot of interesting variations of 4-gate on this map as well. You can see immediately Alicia is leaning over towards that, because since the distances are pretty close, you don't have to worry too much about your first Zealot and Stalker. So sometimes we see the good old Zealot Stalker 4-gate. You don't even wait 2 Stalkers initially.
Uh-oh. And look at this, the probe. Okay, I thought the probe was actually going to sprint ahead and try to get into a great position. But now this one Stalker might be in a little bit of trouble. He does get down the pylon before it actually finishes, but there it is. The sandwich on the Stalker actually enables CrunCher to clean up this pylon, so really nice for him, but he has to be careful because a Warpin is inbound.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that because Alicia went for a super hard 4-gate with just Stalker at this point, not even the Zealots, he has that ability to warp in much earlier, but that's why sometimes we see him place it onto the high ground, and Alicia didn't get an opportunity to. He is trying to take out these Stalkers, but again, Alicia could have had such a strong advantage if he placed the pylons the same way Huck and MC love to do. For now, though, he's going to be content with picking off this pylon, which actually can be very significant considering warpins will be very important for the next couple seconds.
I'm actually interested why he actually pushed out here, but it looks like CrunCher will take... Oh, nice micro, actually, cutting back the one Stalker and forcing the other units forward. Looks like Alicia will be cleaned up over here. But another round of units is in, and he doesn't have any sentries out. He didn't warp anything in.
Because he was supply blocked.
Oh,
that pylon
you're right.
is so huge, just like we were saying. The Immortal will come out, which is a huge game changer, adding an incredible amount of DPS. Immortals against armored units, one of the highest DPS in the game. CrunCher does have one force field left, but his sentry's getting picked off as well. Oh, just getting the Immortals, the one getting targeted down at this point. And you can see that at this point, CrunCher forced to pull his probes at the same time. Now starting to pick off some of those sentries. And with that, CrunCher not able to really fully engage. Immortal just forced to run. GG. Alicia takes the game #1 on Ohana after a very strong execution of micro. Yep. 4-gate.
That's kind of a weird loss right there. I'm actually really confused about the loss with CrunCher's build.
CrunCher still should have lost because in the end, what Alicia usually does with the build, well, not Alicia, but what Protoss players do is they put the pylons on the natural high ground, and there's almost nothing you can do. Since you don't get the warp in as fast as they do, you either target the pylons or you risk getting shot at by the stalkers, and that's why you usually warp in. 4-gate is really strong on that map still, but you still can defend it if CrunCher was able to position correctly, and I think if he defended his ramp a lot better, would have been a different case.
The thing I'm thinking of is, you know, that was kind of a weaker 4-gate. It was a more economic-driven 4-gate, and the main reason for that is because you go 2 gates, you kind of skip the early Zealot, and then it actually disables you from getting advanced position. Normally when you get the Zealot Stalker really fast, you're able to actually push up on your opponent. But when you wait for the Cyber Core, that's a lot of time that your gateway isn't doing anything. So it does not give you a lot of position. That's why it's more of a defensive thing.
Well,
so
it was cool because Alicia was faking with the 2, because like what CrunCher scouted was like, oh, 2 gates Stalker, he's gonna go 3 Stalker, I can go Robo, get a huge advantage in tech and gas. But what happens, Alicia just cut, added 2 more gates, immediately rushed, and what happened was CrunCher was not forthwhile in denying the pylon and the probe. If you can catch that probe initially, everything changed, but Alicia was very good about it, and that's why he was able to take that win.
Okay. Well, so that being said, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you.
Oh, okay.
Go and do it, Andre. It's all you.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for game number 1. That game was brought to you by Twitch, of course, Twitch. Gosh. Twitch TV. Go check them out. They are esports. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with game number 2 between Alicia and CrunCher after this.